Kevin Magnussen has made a thrilling return to Haas after what many thought to be the end of his Formula 1 career. This came after Nikita Mazepin's contract was terminated with the team due to numerous issues that manifested themselves after Vladimir Putin launched an invasion on Ukraine. We could talk all day about the situation, but this video is about Kevin and more importantly what he got up to in his year away from F1. After the announcement that he would no longer be racing with Haas and in effect F1, Magnussen had a good look at many opportunities throughout greater motorsports. Before even completing the final F1 races of 2020, he had signed to become a driver of the 01 Cadillac Daytona prototype team run by Chip Ganassi Racing. Magnussen would compete in a full season of the IMSA WeatherTech Championship alongside the well-established and successful sports car racer Renger van der Zande. Magnussen was no doubt excited to once again fight for victories after years of being buried in the F1 midfield. And from the very first race, he and his team were in contention to win, this being the Rolex 24 Hours. After having a strong performance through the race, the 01 car was chasing down the leader in the final minutes. It was set to be a monumental battle, but his teammate van der Zande tragically had to come down pit lane due to a right rear puncture with just under 8 minutes to go. Throughout the season, the duo of Magnussen and van der Zande would put up good performances. Kevin would often trail his teammate when it came to pace and managing the traffic, but he wasn't far off and would get much closer as the season progressed. The highlight of the year was the Detroit Grand Prix, where Magnussen scored his first top-level motorsports victory of his racing career. He would score 5 podiums in the 10 IMSA races he competed in during 2021, before missing the finale Petit Le Mans due to illness. He would compete again in the 2022 Rolex 24 with Chip Ganassi Racing, finishing 6th in class after a race that was hampered by car issues. Magnussen's plans for 2022 involved him competing in the Rolex 24 and the Sebring 12 Hours before leaving Ganassi to join Peugeot in their hypercar program in the World Endurance Championship. Magnussen would have been driving the Peugeot 9X8 later this year, but he got the call from Haas to join again and he was released from his Peugeot contract to pursue F1. Even if Magnussen continued on with Peugeot, it would not be his first WEC experience. In 2021, Magnussen competed in the 24 Hours of Le Mans for high-class racing. His teammates were fellow Danish drivers Anders Feuerbach and his father, Jan Magnussen. Jan, who was once an F1 driver himself, has an incredible sports car racing career, especially during his time with Corvette Racing, winning the Le Mans 24 Hours 4 times. Le Mans would not be a promising race for the all-Danish team, as they faced numerous problems. Just after halfway, the car was hit by G-Drive racer Roman Rusinov, which led to a puncture, which then led to a crash. The team was able to repair the car and get it back on track, but bad luck still followed, as the car had continuous engine issues over the remainder of the race. Jan saying in a mid-race interview that driving with Kevin was the only good part of the weekend. The team would finish 17th in class and 29th overall. In the summer of 2021, Magnussen would get to race an open-wheel car for the first time since leaving F1. He would drive the number 7 RSBM Indycar as a substitute for the then sidelined Felix Rosenqvist. Despite it being an open-wheel car, it was a challenge for Kevin to adapt to IndyCar's rough, aggressive driving style. And IndyCar traditionally has short practice sessions, which doesn't help either. Despite starting 21st, Magnussen found his way to the lead by not stopping during a pit stop cycle. Unfortunately, we never got to see how the aggressive strategy would play out due to an engine failure that resulted in a DNF. Magnussen would lead 6 laps in his one-race IndyCar career. In only a year, Kevin has had a surprising and likely a refreshing amount of new racing experiences. Now, with his return to Formula 1, perhaps he can take some of the lessons he learned and use that to progress he and the team forward in 2022. With that being said, what do you think? Was it a good idea for Kevin to return to F1 with Haas? Or would it have been better if he stayed and raced with Peugeot and did other racing ventures? Let me know in the comments below. Also, like the video to support a small creator. This is Drayton from DKMedia, and I'll see you in the next one.